There comes a time in your life, as a matter of fact, in every man's life, where nothing will seem to be working. Everything will seem to stand still, and all the effort you are putting in, you wouldn't even see where it is leading to. You will do all the things you know how to do to make your life lively or to make your life progressive or to give meaning to your life, but your life will seem to lose its meaning completely. More like you don't even know what's happening. You don't even know whether you are stagnant or you are making progress or you are moving backwards. Your life is just there, boom. It's a bridge you are standing on. Whenever you find yourself in that state, it is a bridge between your past and your future. If you find yourself there, you should think carefully in retrospect. If you think backwards carefully, you will find that not long ago you made a decision to be a better person or to improve in some aspects of your life, and you've probably even taken steps towards that. Now, the steps you've taken are what led you to that state that you are, and that is the path that leads you where you intend to be. So it's a bridge, and the way you cross that bridge will determine so much how you appear at the other side of the bridge. So you may be wondering in such states whether the effort you are putting in, whether they are even counting at all, whether the adjustments in lifestyle you are making are even counting. You may be frustrated, and sometimes because of that you would make half decisions here and there. You are skeptical. Even the motivation or whatever led you into taking that decision will just fade away. You may eventually appear on the other side of the bridge, but as a half-baked person. And sometimes you will not even be able to appear. The temptation will be that you should just quietly return to your past, to who you used to be. At least in your past, you knew who you were, you understood what was happening to you, even if they are not good things. But in your current state, you don't even understand who you are, you don't even understand what is happening to you. Overcome that temptation. It is a transformation you are going through. And like a tree, I would use a mango tree. There will come a time in the mango tree's life where it has no visible growth. It is there and it is more like it is stagnant. There is no visible growth, but it labors quietly, it labors silently, drawing water from underground, tapping the sunlight, utilizing carbon dioxide, using whatever resource it needs, sourcing for it, and nobody notices that the tree is laboring. People ignore it, everybody goes about their business. But the time will come when people will pass by and you will notice there is a tree. And you notice that tree because there are fruits. And then suddenly nobody is able to ignore the tree. Nobody passes by and chooses to look the other way. Everybody passes by and cannot help but notice the mango tree and begin to even pay visits to it. And so while you labor silently, drawing water from underground, tapping sunlight, utilizing carbon dioxide, whatever resources you need for your own well-being, for your own growth, whatever effort, whatever work you are putting in and nobody is noticing, and even you are asking questions, you ought to insist on it. You ought to keep pushing it until one day, the funny thing is you wouldn't even know the day. You keep pushing and then voila, you wake up one morning and there are fruits, and suddenly people cannot help but notice you, and suddenly people cannot pass by and choose to look the other way. By all means, they would have to notice you and even pay visits to you. And every year, the mango tree goes through the same cycle. When the time comes for it to bear fruit, it experiences that period of loneliness, of quietness, of being ignored, of being insignificant. comes to a point where it is seemingly insignificant before it breaks forth into that season of relevance, that season of significance, that season of it can no longer be ignored. And every year or every season that you are about to enter into the phase of significance, of relevance, you will have to go through that silent period, that lonely season, that quiet growth, that quiet labor. It's a new month. If you've been laboring in silence, keep laboring. A time for bearing fruits will come forth.